So a month ago, I hired a coach. And the reason I hired a coach was not because I needed a coach, but because I was tired of doing it all alone after about 2 years of pressing pause on doing any programs, actually 1 year, not two, masterminds, group programs, mentorship, anything like that. I wanted 1 year of not that it was noise, but just myself, just to absorb and digest and metabolize and find my footing as I was pivoting inside my messaging, my audience, my offering, my suite, my business suite, and everything pretty much online. And just play, like a kid, let me explore. And about April, last May, I really started to desire support. So it wasn't, yeah, of course, I also wanted someone who had experience and had success on Threads because that was before starting YouTube, that was the platform I decided to go all in and dedicate all my most of my energy because when it comes to posting and creating content, because Instagram was it's kind of a no for me right now. Just press pause on that platform. And it was like Threads was feeling fun, inspiring, and genuine, genuine connection again. So I was like, all right, we're going all in on this platform. And honestly, it was going great. And I also crave support. Most of all, I think the reason I wanted a mentor, someone that is there every day, was out of sheer desire to just not be alone. Because if you are a solopreneur, if you are a solo business owner, if you're doing your thing mostly by yourself, you know what it's like to, you're taking every decision. Yeah, of course, you may have family, friends, your partner supporting you, cheering for you, but you are the one who is in it 24/7. You are the one who's making decisions, who is taking leaps, making bold decisions, and managing pretty much everything. And that can be very isolating, that can feel lonely and also exhausting. So after a year of solo, doing it solo, I was like, all right, it's time to hire support again. And it's been amazing, not only because, of course, she's helping me with um, strategy too, and messaging and everything. But it feels so great to have a cheerleader on your side and someone you can brainstorm with, something you can bounce idea off each other. You can receive feedback instead of being your own back and forth. You have someone you can do that with. And for me, that alone, even if there were no strategizing, no learning more about the platform, for me, that was worth it. Like having someone that is there and walks alongside you and ideally is a few steps ahead so they can share some of the wisdom, some of the things they've gone through, some of the things they learned, not to avoid making mistakes for you, because we need to make mistakes. We need to also to make our own mistakes and learn our way, but just to have a clear picture and also have a little bit of an easier path forward, when you have a little bit of guidance, even if you're still making the calls, you're calling the shots, you're deciding, you're choosing, but there's someone that offers guidance and is a mirror. I think, and I'm getting chills as I say that, because I think the power of having not just like a mentor, a teacher, can be a coach, can be a therapist, someone in your life that, of course, not only is teaching you something, sharing expertise, but mainly and mostly they are there to be a mirror, to show you what you cannot see by yourself, to show you the things you might be missing, to reflect your blind spots, because we all have those. I believe we are not meant to be thriving alone. We're not here to do it alone. You can, I can, we can, but it's not the same. It's much more lonely. And there are things I genuinely believe it might take you years, it might take you a decade to see something that someone else could mirror right away, and it could save you time. It could, a mentor, a teacher could really compress time for you. You can collapse timelines. And on top of that, having support, like genuine support, finding your person, of course, absolutely priceless. So I'm so glad I made this decision. I think I will keep working with her because it felt so great. I felt like such a gift to myself too, even if I didn't quote unquote needed a coach for threads, I wanted it. I knew I needed it, not in the obvious way. You will think you need a coach for growth in business, but in a more subtle, nuanced, deeper way. Like someone who's there for you, who's there to hold your hand, who's there to be that mirror. I genuinely wanted a hand and a mirror. So if this message found you, and if you're still watching, perhaps something landed, for perhaps you are in that space where you're craving more support, even if you don't quote unquote need it, even if you've done a lot of work. I think even when you have so much awareness, even when you have so much expertise and skills, I personally, I will always have a mentor in my life. I always want teachers I can learn from. Since a young age, I always preferred spending time with people that were much older than me. And people always thought I was much older than I actually was because it kind of assumed the posture of those people, not just physical posture, but also, your attitude, your wisdom, your posture towards life. And I've always preferred having around people that were older because somehow they were further along the path, whatever the path was, but someone I can learn from. And I've always loved having teachers and mentors, and I will always have one because I think we never stop learning. If we stop learning, honestly, for me, there's no fun. I want to be a student, a forever student of life. I'm curious. There's so many things I'm passionate about. I'm curious about so many other certifications I want to take, but not from a place of let me stack more proof I can do it. But now that's changed. I'm 40. I feel like, okay, I have enough, in my bag, skills, experience, expertise. I can support people who find me, but for my own um, growth, for my own healing, for my own expansion and wisdom, I will always keep learning. I will always seek mentors because I think they're such a great gift. Yeah. And if I didn't mention it, I hope I mentioned it as I started this video, but shout out to Crystal, who is my threads coach. And yeah, that is all for today. Let me know if this landed. Like the video, give it a like. Let me Let me, I'm hungry, you guys. It's almost dinner time. Let me know in the comments and follow along for the journey. In the description box, there's also a link to more resources, more ways to go deeper and work together. And I will see you tomorrow.